There are so many questions out there for which you do not get the authentic study material. So whenever you get drop down blanks, whenever you are practicing from any random website, if you are, first of all, if you are practicing from any random website, every single blank is going to have a particular word form, be it a noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Point the idea, point the term, idiom. Idiom can definitely be not the answer. If you are not practicing from the authentic study material, or if you're not using the authentic study material for your PTE exam preparation, you are not going to clear your exam. Mark my words, guys, I'm telling you the bitter truth. There are so many questions out there for which you do not get the authentic study material. You are simply practicing from random websites, and there the exam material is not as per the exam pattern or not as per the standards of Pearson test. So I would suggest you not to become prey of such websites. So basically what happens when you become prey to such websites, you are simply practicing from random websites. I cannot name the websites here out loud, but I'll tell you most of the websites which are providing free study material have inauthentic or have the fake study material. I'll show you how and why exactly I am saying this. But before I tell you this, I'll tell you from where exactly you can practice if you want to practice for totally free of cost. So as you can see some names here, these are the names of some applications as well as the website. If you want detailed information on the same, you may simply go and click the link above. There is a video in which I have explained about free study material for PTE exam preparation. Here we have PT Success app for PTE exam preparation. You can use the free version of it. In the free version as well, there are so many practice questions. Then we have Pearson official application. You can download it from iOS or even from Android as well, and that is offering you or providing you authentic study material for your PTE exam preparation. Proceeding further, we have another website which I have also used a lot of times for preparing the content or maybe for shooting one or two videos as well, and the name of the website is ptexampreparation.com. This is the particular website in which there are a lot of questions, and all the questions they are providing are genuine. There are a few questions, I would say one or two tasks, which are missing in this particular website. So these two tasks are not available on this website. Why? Because the tasks were not genuine, or maybe they did not want to give you guys inauthentic study material. That's the only reason they are showing only 17 to 18 task questions over there and two are left out. So one of those is right from dictation, and the other one is drop down blank. Otherwise, all the other tasks are already available on this particular website, and there are so many questions which you can practice. I always recommend, if you are practicing at home, I would suggest you to take the paid subscription of some websites like TCY. There are other applications as well. So simply go for the paid subscription, because there you are going to get authentic material. I have also practiced from the same website, and I have also practiced a lot of questions from the same website. So I would suggest you to practice by taking a paid version for the preparation time. Now, the main topic of this video is reading and writing drop-down blanks. These are the most important question types, and I know many of you already know this. But when we are talking about this particular question type, if you do this task accurately, you are going to score somewhere around 44 to 45 marks. So trust me and try to understand, guys, this question is certainly quite important. I would suggest you not to skip this question, but practice from the authentic sources only. Okay. Now, when we are talking about reading and writing drop down blanks, this is one of the questions which is of real exam pattern, and you will get to know how. Then we have a few questions wherein you will see that this is not authentic. This is not exactly as per the standard of Pearson, and I'll explain you why here as well. And if you want the study material or any help related to PTE exam, you can simply contact us on the number given below, or you can simply WhatsApp us there in order to get the PTE exam preparation coaching. Now, let us get started with the authentic one so that you get to know why the other one is not as per the exam standard. So, here we have the first question. There is some debate about who coined the dash. Okay, there is some debate about who coined the dash or when it was first used. But teenagers have, of course. So, who coined the what? Coined the name, coined the idea, coined the term idiom. Idiom can definitely be not the answer, but here the answer is going to be some noun only. And all the four options are nouns only: name, idea, term, or idiom. But we always use this phrase, coined the term. If you have noticed it or if you have heard it, you'll get to know that there is some debate about who coined the term or when it was first used. Who coined the term? So the correct answer here is who coined the term. Okay. Now, or when it was first used. But teenagers have, of course, always dash. They have, of course, always what? Always been no, always subsisted no, endured long lasting no. They have always existed. So the correct answer is existed here. Teenagers have always existed. Okay. So what exactly are they referring here? They are saying there is some debate about who coined the term, who basically came up with this term or this idea, this term, when it was first used or when it was first used. But teenagers have, of course, always existed. So we knew that after always we'll get some verb. So we have written a verb here. Okay, all the four forms are verb. So we have to choose one verb form out of the four options. We had to choose one noun form out of the four nouns. This shows that these particular drop down blanks are totally genuine and authentic. Coming to the third blank. Even so, until the 1930s, no one paid them much dash. So let us look at the option. Even so, until the 1930s, no one paid them much dash. Again, what? Some noun is going to come here. Okay. So some noun is going to come here. Let us look at the option. No one paid them much notice, much thought, much mind, or much attention. Yes, thought is also a noun and it is a verb as well. Notice is a noun and a verb as well. So notice and thought are not going to come because they were clearly saying even so until 1930s no one paid them much attention. We cannot say much mind. We'll say much attention. So the correct answer here is clearly attention. Again, we had four nouns and we had to choose one out of the four nouns. Genuine question for sure. Coming to the next one. It was then that we began to see teenage actors, many of whom were dash child actors. It was then that we began to see teenage actors, many of whom were dash child actors. Earlier child actors, we never say earlier, prior, past, no. We always say former child actors. Former basically it is used as an adjective here. It is used as an adjective here. Former child actors. Former as in something old, or they were actors only in the beginning as well, and now also they are actors. Formers as in the old one, the previous one. Okay. Initially, the films were comedies, but later, teenage actors starred in dramas depicting the conflicts dash from the so called generation gap. So, depicting the conflict dash from some verb is going to come, causing from, happening from, arising from, or occurring from. So that's what we are going to see here. Causing, happening, arising. So the correct answer is going to be conflicts arising from, not occurring from. Happening and causing cannot be the answers. So either arising or occurring. But if we look at the sentence again, if we look at the word form, if we try to match the meaning, you'll get to know that arising is the correct answer. So the fifth answer is going to be arising. Arising from the so-called generation gap. Okay, so this is the way we simply need to do. Okay, this is the way we simply need to do. Now, let us look at the question number 6. The clothing and food industries quickly jumped on the bandwagon and began to produce goods dash this newly discovered social group. Goods dash this newly discovered social group. What is going to come? Aiming, seeking, focusing, or targeting. Targeting this group. So what do we do when we are talking about producing a particular group or producing a particular thing, okay? Or maybe a particular object or an item. So what are we doing? We are producing goods targeting this newly discovered social group, the teenage group. So they were targeting this newly discovered social group. These same fashions and foods still dash their own today. Fashions and foods still dash their own today. Still dash. What is going to come here? Definitely some noun is, sorry, definitely some verb is going to come here. So the previous answer was targeting. Okay, again some verb is going to come here. So what are we going to write? Dash their own today. Hold their own, maintain their own, stand their own, or occupy. Definitely the answer will not be stand or occupy. It will be hold their own, hold their work, hold their stand, hold their whatever we can say level, or hold their hierarchy, whatever it is. They still hold their own today. They still hold their level today. Okay, that is hold. Some verb was going to come and all the four options will be verbs. Okay, similarly if you proceed further and look at the last one, but before looking at the last one, I'm going to tell you a very important thing, and that is whenever we are doing either drop down blanks or reading fill in the blanks, we have to simply follow the strategy, and that is firstly read the first sentence. Read the first sentence. So we are going to read every sentence one by one. Okay. After reading the first sentence, guess the word form. As in, I was guessing. Noun is going to come, verb is going to come, adjective is going to come. So सबसे पहले, simply you need to guess the word form. Then third, after guessing the word form, fill in the blank with the suitable option. Fill in the blank with the suitable option. So we need to see which is the suitable option. After fill in the blank, after filling in the blank with the suitable option, we are going to match the meaning or check the meaning, whether the meaning is making sense or not, or whether the meaning is coherent or not. So check the meaning for coherence. And last but not the least, what exactly do you need to do? Lastly, you simply need to, once you have checked the meaning, you have checked the coherence, you have noticed that the answer is correct, simply move on to the next question. Move on. So this strategy we use for reading fill in the blanks as well as reading and writing drop down blanks. Never forget this strategy. Simply use it whenever you are doing questions like such. Now coming to the last question, how many people after all can claim they have never owned a pair of jeans or eaten a hamburger, both of which were originally products dash at the teenage market. So what? Originally the product pitched at the teenage market, offered no. delivered no, proposed no. They were pitched at the teenage markets. These were the products which were available at the teenage market only in the beginning years. Later on, these got so famous, and everywhere products like such are available. But initially, the products were only available, products like a pair of jeans and hamburger, these were available at the teenage markets. So, pitched at the teenage market. So the correct answer is pitched here. And here also we had this verb and all the four options are both. So whenever you get drop down blanks, whenever you are practicing from any random website, if you are, first of all, if you are practicing from any random website, I would suggest you not to practice. But if you still do not have any other option and you want to practice, please focus on this. Every single blank is going to have a particular word form, be it a noun, verb, adjective, adverb. You need to see whether all the options or at least 3 out of 4 options are of the same word form or not. If 3 out of 4 options are of the same word form, the question is genuine. The question is, or the task is as per the exam pattern. So please take care of this. Now, as I have previously mentioned, don't practice these. You'll get to know why am I asking you to do this. Look at the first question. Despite progress over the last two, dowry, last two will have a noun here. Last two, dowry, last two, doubtful, doubtful is an adjective, last two, decades, and last two, destiny. It is quite easy. Anyone can tell that the answer is going to be decades only. The answer is going to be decades only without even reading the sentence again, without even matching the meaning. We can easily get to know that the answer is going to be decades. So these options were not relevant. Options could have been years, decades. Okay, options could have been different. Options could have been only nouns. But this particular time, the options were not nouns. Or even if one or two option was not a noun, it was not matching the structure of the question or the demand of the question. Let's look at the second sentence. This proportion is very high in sub-Saharan Africa. Dash from 61% in Western Africa to 71% in Middle Africa. So dash from, round from cannot be the answer. Ranging from, definitely. Rotation from, remains from. We clearly know that the answer is going to be ranging. If the options were rounding, ranging, varying, we could have gotten to know that this is the authentic answer. But the options are different. Round is a noun, ranging is a verb, rotation is a noun, remains is a verb. So it could have been remaining only. And even if it's remains, it's fine. But rotation and round, these two are not the relevant options. So we need to look for information like such. If you're getting such easy drop down blanks, try to understand these drop down blanks are not as per the Pearson test level. So please do not practice such questions or such questions from random websites. Okay. Looking at one more question in order to prove that this is not the correct one. Okay. Let's look at the third one. It is also very high in Sudan, where 94% of urban dwellers live in slums. In Asia, this proportion is 33%, close to the average of less developed dash. In Asia, this proportion is 33%, close to the average of less developed dash. Close to the average of less developed regions. Okay. Restrict is a verb. Repair is a verb. These two cannot be the answer. So, less developed regions or revenue, definitely regions. So, without even matching the meaning, just after looking at the options, we are able to know that this is the correct answer. Only this is the one which is matching the demand of the question. Try to understand. These are not the genuine questions. These are not the questions which will help you in scoring 44 out of 44 in reading and writing drop down blanks. If you want to score full marks in reading and writing drop down blanks, practice questions like such or practice from these study material applications or websites. That's all for this video. I'm pretty sure this video is going to help a lot many out there. And if this video helps you even a single or 2%, you simply share the same with at least two more learners, because the more you share this video, the more interest I'll have in making such content, or the more interest I'll develop in creating good content for each one of you. So do not forget to share this video, because that's the only source of motivation a teacher gets. So please focus on this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video of mine. Until then, bye bye.